Hey folks, this is Coby with CobyWright.com, and I'm back tonight with another live training session. Tonight we're going to be doing live questions and answers straight from the audience. So everyone that made it live tonight, I appreciate you showing up. I had a little mix-up with the time. Apparently I don't know my time zones. I got my webinars mixed up, so I was thinking this was starting an hour later, so I showed up a few minutes late. Thanks to Kelvin, though, I was able to make it here on time. He messaged me on Skype telling me that I needed to show up to my own webinar. So thank you, Kelvin. Let me get the window here. There we go. All right. So I've already got some questions started that y'all put in before we started the recording. Go ahead and keep putting those in because I'm just going to start down the list and I'm going to go through as many of them as I can. Hopefully I'll get through all of them. And because we only have an hour, so I'll get through as many of them as I can. Usually we can get through all of them. So we got a smaller group tonight than usual since I mixed up on the times. So we should be able to go through all the questions. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get cracking. I know y'all's time is valuable. Let me look over here and look. All right. Got a couple people saying hi. Hello, Drew. Troy said I sound great tonight. Awesome. That is excellent. I bought a new headset, so it's wireless. So I was a little iffy about it, but it seems to be working now. So good. So far, so good. That's awesome. Let me see. Kelvin asked, can you talk a bit about membership sites as a way to generate income online? Okay, membership sites are something that I've been fiddling with myself for several months, probably 6 months to maybe even a year actually, but I've never really scaled them up or did what I needed to do with them. But the ones that I did work on, they turned out to be pretty profitable, and if I would have stuck with them and kept building them up rather than just kind of only half-ass promoting them. Sorry for my language. I didn't know of a better way to describe it. Anyways, so but the ones that I did do, I got several members in fairly easily. I was kind of surprised at how easy it was to get members, and I've done different pricing. Some of them as cheap as $17 a month, some as high as $97 a month. And that's one of my goals for 2012 is to get more membership sites up, because the cool thing about membership sites is they kind of sell themselves. Once they start getting big enough, most membership sites are going to have some kind of built-in affiliate program. Nearly every membership site that you use is going to have a built-in affiliate program, and there's a dozen plugins, there's a dozen different softwares that you can use to run membership sites, and we could literally spend several hours discussing the different membership softwares alone. So I won't go into that, but there's several that I've used myself. WP Buy Now, I've used DAP, which is Digital Access Pass. I've used Rapid Action Profits, which is RAP. I've used a plugin called WP Access. I've used so many plugins and stuff. There's dozens of things out there you can use. But the cool thing is just find one that you like, find one that's easy for you to work with, and just set it up. And the cool thing is this can be in any niche. It can be in any niche. And if I was talking about if it's an internet marketing niche and you work in an affiliate program, it'll build itself. Because if you're a member of something, I mean, if you believe in something enough that you want to pay them a monthly membership, the chances are you're going to recommend it to other people. And if you have a list, it's a great, membership sites are a great thing to promote as an affiliate because you get recurring income. And that's the big plus side to membership sites is obviously the recurring income, because it's something that you can count on. A lot of times when you're an internet marketer, you may have an idea of what you're going to make, but you don't ever know. Myself, with the exception of some of the smaller membership sites, I'm never completely sure how much money I'm going to make each month. It really depends. It depends on the promotions that I pick for that month, and emails and open rates and a million things. But when you have a membership site, you can count on, if you have 100 members paying you $7 a month, you can count on making at least $700 every single month. Now, granted, some are going to drop off, but you're going to be, if you keep adding them, then it's going to keep growing. As a side note, they say that the average stick rate for a person in a membership site is 3 months, and that's been my experience as well. And the ones that the membership sites I did really poorly, people still stuck around for 3 months or more. You know, some people drop out at the first month. And the ones I did really well on, or a lot better than the poorly done, was the same thing. So really the key is content. And, you know, you can work this a dozen different ways. I see some marketers that do newsletters where once a month they'll send out a PDF that's, you know, 10 pages or something for like, and they'll charge like $7. Tony Shepard does that, and I know he does pretty well with that. And then there's other marketers that do things where they charge, like Ron Doss does. He charges $97 a month, and it's like 2 webinars or something a week, and I think you probably get some products or something as well in there. So it can range. If you wanted to do something in a different niche, you know, if you're in the dog training niche, since that's the example we always use, you could set up, maybe you could buy some PLR videos, you know, that had to deal with training dogs, and you could set them up. Maybe it's a like a 10 videos. You could set it up as a membership and give them like a video every month, charge them $7 or something, you know, or a video a week, and you could just charge them, you know, a fixed rate, which is how you can improve your stickiness. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, when I say stickiness, that means how long a customer stays with your website, how long they stick with your membership, okay? How long they keep paying you. So if that means that the average stick rate is 3 months, that means they'll pay you a membership for 3 months before they cancel. So a way to increase your profits is to go to a fixed term membership, whereas you could do like a 6-month fixed term membership. So you could kind of double your stick rate. And the reason the fixed term ones work a little bit better is because there's a light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. People know that there is an end to the you know, they're not just going to be paying for indefinitely. So they're like, oh, well, you know, I only got 2 more payments. That's not too bad. I'll just stick around and make those last 2 payments. Or, you know, or you could even do a year fixed term. So that's just up to you to test it. And there's a dozen different ways that you could work it. But I definitely recommend that if you are just starting and you haven't decided on, you know, like what you want your first product to be or something, then start on a membership site. And you may be thinking, well, Coby, you know, what's an easy site to do? A really easy one to do is like a PLR site, and because it's fairly easy to come up with some content that you can put in there. But the con to that is you're going to have a lot of competition since it's so easy to put up. But you could always pick a niche and go after it. Like I said, you could do a dog train membership. You could do a weight loss membership. You could do a membership on acne. Something that I'm setting up is a membership for offline businesses. And what I'm going to be doing is whenever I get a client, after I get this set up, I'll give them access to this training for free. You know, I say free, they're paying me for, you know, for other services. It's not really free, but to them it's free, and it's just giving them value, and it'll also help. I'm putting stuff in there like kind of like basic stuff, you know, just stuff that'll help them with like doing their blogs and stuff like that. And so that's going to help, one, me not having to do it for them, you know, like some of the stuff that's kind of, you know, like low tech, like maybe change their header or something. And at the same time, it's also giving them value, and it's giving them something tangible, because sometimes if you're working with offline clients or you're a freelancer and you work with clients, period, sometimes you may go, especially when they're paying you monthly, you may go, you know, a long time without having any contact with them. So they kind of forget you, and they may forget why they're paying you. But if you have a site on the internet, you know, where they're like, if they want to learn how to do something, they can just log in real quick and check it out. Oh, I wonder how to change my Twitter background. I remember seeing something about that at you know, that they're not going to say at Coby's website, but they're going to say the name of my company at localbusinessmarketingservices.com. Let me go there and check that out. So that's when it comes to membership sites, really the sky's the limit, and you can be creative, and I highly recommend that that's something you go after. If you're looking to add a second income stream, go for the membership site. Go for it. So let's see. Well, I'm going to the next question. Victor asked, do you think small direct to site media buys is a good and cost-effective way to build a list? Yes and no. Media buys and CPV and stuff are a very, very good way to build a list, and can be very, very effective if done correctly. But just like anything, that's where you're paying for views or you're paying for clicks or anything of that nature, it can also get expensive, and it can be pretty much counter to where you work against yourself. Sometimes with CPV and media buys and banner advertising and any of that pay-per-click, sometimes if really the key is starting slow and testing and tweaking. And when you're doing media buys and CPV, your key is to really target. Maybe I should be putting some of this on the screen for y'all. Let's see. Ah. Membership sites equals recurring income. Good. Okay. Now, he asked about media buys, CPV, etc. The key to these is targeting. You want to, several things that you want to make sure you're targeting. One, you want to be targeting, countries that are relevant and that are buying. I don't want to offend anybody if you're from some of these countries that I'm going to name, because I have business partners and friends that are from countries that are considered, poor countries or whatever. So no, I'm not judging people. I'm just telling you the facts. The most popular countries for targeting people that are known to spend money are, of course, the U.S. Let me get some different bullets here. There we go. Good countries are U.S., Canada, Australia, the U.K., of course, Ireland, seems like I'm missing one or two. Anyways, these are normally, whenever I'm paying for clicks, I'll target these. There's a few more that I target too, but I normally always try to get these in there. There's some other ones too that I target, and they're just New Zealand. There's several. You get the idea. Some of the ones that wouldn't be a good idea to target are some of the poorer countries, like India and those like that. Again, don't take offense if you're from India. I'm not judging you. Like I said, I have one of my business partners is from India, so I'm just telling you, these are the countries that I'm targeting. When you're paying for traffic, of course, you want to try to get as targeted traffic as you can and the most qualified traffic, because you want them to be able to buy and you want them to, of course, be used to buying. One of the things that with India, not that they're necessarily a poor country, it's just they're not used to buying online. It's not as popular and as common as it is in the U.S. Here in the U.S., you can buy pretty much anything online. I mean, I order food online all the time, so it's pretty funny. Anyways, you want to get it targeted. So the first targeting is the country. Second thing that you want to target when you're doing CPV is you can target keywords or you can target different URLs. And I always target URLs. Now, there's a couple of reasons I do this. One is if I'm doing a list building product, then I want to target every list building site that I come across. And so some of the ones that I would target would be like Aweber, GetResponse, and these are really ones that I actually target myself. I'm actually bidding on these right now using CPV. So y'all are stealing my campaigns. Save swaps, constant contact. You get the idea. And then pretty much any domain that I can find that has to do with list building, or and this works too with products. Like if you know that there's a ClickBank product out that is about list building, then you could add the URL to that in here. Same thing if you're targeting blogging, is there a blogging product on ClickBank, etc., etc. I used it to promote a product from Onic recently, and I did okay. Could have been better, but like I said, you always got to be testing and tweaking. So if you target you make sure you get targeted countries, the ones that you know are interested in shopping online and are probably obvious, are more likely to be able to purchase from you. Then the second targeting you want to do is target your URL. And again, whatever, you want to target domains that are about the stuff that your squeeze page is. And sometimes you can even go as far as targeting one particular website. And when you do it that way, you can make your squeeze page even more targeted. So you can say you can be bidding on aweber.com, and you can make a squeeze page that says only for Aweber users or only for visitors at aweber.com. Learn how to build your list. Learn how to add 100 to 300 people to your list this weekend. Now, if you're sitting there going, "What the hell are you talking about, Coby? Bidding on URLs?" Don't worry if this is above your head, because it is some kind of intermediate to advanced stuff. CPV is, and it took me over a year before I even could wrap my head around it. And I'm just now starting to get, going with it. So I use directcpv.com. Another one is Lead Impact. These two right here are good ones that you can get started with. There's several other ones out there, so you don't have to just use these. But these are two that I know will work for you, and they're fairly affordable to get started with. I think direct CPV is a $100 deposit, and Lead Impact I think is $200 deposit. Whereas there's some out there that require $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, and a referral to get started. So I hope that answers that question. But mainly, I want to drive home is if you're doing any type of media buys and stuff, is just get as targeted as possible so that you can get the most out of your traffic. Let's see. Joyce. Oh wait. I thought I just saw. Oh, Joyce said no pressure, Coby. Cool. Troy asked, Coby, how do I switch my email address on your buyer's mailing list so I can start receiving your emails again? If you're not getting my emails at all, then take it in at my help desk, which is support.cobywright.com. If you are, but you want to change it to a different email address, then it will depend on which of my list you're on. If you're on the Aweber list, then you can click the link at the bottom. And let me show you. Let me just show you all that. I've got one pulled up here that I used earlier. I think I might have deleted it. Someone wanted me to pause their subscription for them, and I just had to unsubscribe them. Well, I'm probably not going to be able to find it. Let me just see if I can find another one. Here we go. Nope, that's not one. Oh man, sorry. Like I said, when you're live, you never find what you want. Okay, no, that's not one either. Well, I'm sorry. Let me look in my inbox again and see if I have one. I don't. Okay, here we go. Here's one. Cool. Okay, if you see on this one, I think it's today Weber. No, this one's Imnica. On Imnica, it'll be the link at the very bottom that'll say click here to log into your account. And then when you click on that, you'll put in your email address, and it'll show you all of my list. This one should be Aweber. Yeah, here's the Aweber. On Aweber, same thing. I'll show you this one because I can't log into the Imnica one because it tracks the IP. If this is Aweber though, when you click on that, it'll bring up this one. If you click right up here where it says Edit Contact Info, you can click that, and then you can put in your stuff there. And of course, I will have to blur this name out on the replay, so y'all don't bother that gentleman. All right, so that's how you do that. That's how you change your email. And if you're not getting them at all, then put a ticket into my help desk, and I'll get you fixed up. I'll add you manually, or have Carolyn do it. Let me look at the next question. Okay, Mike asked, I don't know whether WP is a thing you can help with or not, but I'm wondering if there's a way to get a viewer in a WordPress page or post and then put them in a YouTube video, and then put a YouTube video in it so that you see the little video box, but all the extra stuff that YouTube page shows. Yes, 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 yes. I think what you're asking me, is there a way to put a YouTube video on your blog without having all the extra related links on it? And there is. Let me log into my blog. Let me go over here to CobyWright.com and log into my blog. Now, actually, I might be already logged in, so let's go over here and find out. I'll show you the one that I use. And I think you can get, there was a free version. I'm not still sure if it's available. I'll put the link in here. Let me check and make sure I get the right link first. I think it's gocoby.com/trafficplayer. Maybe not. No. Doesn't look like that's it. Maybe it's cobywright.com. Yeah, that's what it is. Cobywright.com. www.cobywright.com/trafficplayer. And there was a free version of this, which is what I use. Although the upgraded versions have some very powerful features, I just haven't never upgraded because the free one does enough for me. And let's see, I'm not seeing the free one on here, but let's look. I bet it'll probably be on the exit pop or something. Option 3, Option 1, Traffic Player with YouTube support. And this is what I have, is YouTube support. So he may be charging for it now because I got it a long time ago. I've had it for like I don't know, about a year, but I've had it for a very long time. So let me try to leave and see if it's, yeah, okay. Stay on page. I bet they're giving it away on the exit pop. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So just a page and you can pick it up for free. Or you can buy it, of course, if you want, and get the upgraded. I'm already logged in okay, so let me show you how it works. Let me log into my dashboard here. By clicking on this is what you see when you log in. Of course, this is your WordPress dashboard. I have the most updated version. So if yours looks different, then you might have an older version. Or if you're watching this video later, then you might have a newer version. Anyways, what you'll do is, let's say you're doing a post. So let's click on that. And let me look and see. Okay, here's one right here, how to add a banner to your. This is one that's got a video on it. And it's taking its time to load. And you can see right here where it has this little like short code. Well, it's not like a short code. It is a short code. But what it is when you install a traffic player, you get this little orange TP thing right over here. So all I'll do is, let's say that I want to put this blog here, or this video here. I would just click TP for traffic player, not for toilet paper. And then you just paste in your YouTube link right here, your YouTube URL right here. You can set your width and your height. And this is where you would decide the other information that's shown. In your case, since you don't want to show any of that other stuff, you're going to make sure that the show info button is checked on no. You're going to make sure that related videos is checked on no. And that should get you set up. I'll show you what that looks like. Let's look and see. I think that's how I have this one set up. So let's view the post and look at it and see. Yes, we're leaving the page. And you can see there's none of the other stuff in there. That's cool. So I'm not going to make y'all watch this, but you can see whenever the video ends, well, it hasn't loaded yet. When the video ends, there won't be any related videos. It'll just have the little YouTube URL thing that comes across here like this. See? That's all you get at the end. Replay, like, and share, which is exactly what I think you want. So again, that was cobywright.com/traffic player. And I'll put that in our little link over here, cobywright.com/traffic player. All right. Hope that answers that question. Let's go over to let me go to the next one. Joyce asked if I had a learning webinar every Monday. I do try to have one every Monday. I won't be having one next Monday because I will be in Raleigh, North Carolina for the Warrior event. But right now I do have one every week. Next week it'll be on Saturday, I believe, is when I'm going to do it. So But I do try to have one every Monday. It may change whenever football season comes back around. But I try to have one every week, usually on Mondays. Phil says, sorry I'm late. Thanks for showing up, buddy. Drew said, Coby, what HTML do you use? Drew, what HTML do I use for what? Sorry. We'll go to the next one. Phil said the new head sounds great. Thank you, sir. Oh, and then Drew said to build your website. Sorry. What HTML do I use? Well, on my blogs, I use WordPress, obviously. When I use HTML, I usually use, I guess that's kind of a hard, there's not like a brand or anything of HTML. So I think what you're asking is, like, do I use any templates or something? Because most of my stuff is kind of like white on white. It's pretty basic because I'm not really a very smart guy when it comes to coding and all that stuff. I know just enough to get by. But if you go to Google, you search for like sales page template, which I've done this before, and I actually have a video about it on my blog. Sales page template. If I can, apparently I can't talk and type, so sorry for the. Okay, let's type in free sales page template. Free HTML sales page template. And get several here. That's not what I'm looking for. Let's do simple sales page template. Let's click on that and check it out. That one's kind of ugly. I don't know if I would use that one. That's a little too simple. But I guess you could work with that. That's not exactly what I was looking for. But really, with HTML, if you have trouble with HTML, which anytime I get stuck with HTML, when I first would start, I'd be like, oh, what do I do? And I'd look and look and look, and I would never be able to. I'd just try all night to try to fix it. And finally, I figured out that there's two really good resources when it comes to HTML. The first one is our trusty friend Google here. And obviously, if we just type in anything we want, like let's say that you're trying to figure out how do you want to insert a code, the code for an image. So I would put HTML code for images. Boom, right here. This is the website that I was looking for, w3schools.com. Or not, I wasn't looking for that. Man, I keep clicking on the Skype. I'm going to close this. Sign out. Let me put this over here. It's w3schools.com. But I recommend that you just find a template that you can work from, because really, honestly, that's all I've ever done. And if I needed something more fancier than some of the stuff that I do, I would just hire a graphics artist, because you'd be surprised at how cheap you can actually get graphics done. I got my the product that I'm releasing on the 8th, my WSO that I'm releasing on the 8th here in a few days. I got the mini site graphics made on that for under $100, and they're really, really slick. And then I got them to make a custom template too, but that was quite a bit more. I mean, a custom theme, but that was quite a bit more for the theme, for the matching theme. But the mini site itself, very, very affordable. I think it was like $60 or something, or maybe $70, or I'm not quite exactly sure what the pricing was. But it was very, very affordable, and he had it done in like 3 days, and it was super, super nice, super nice. In fact, let me take you. I'll show you what it looks like. This is the theme that they made, but you can get an idea of the header from looking at the header here, the graphics that he did. Really, really nice stuff. I could have never done something this nice, or at least not in as short a time as he did. You know, so it was, to me, it was worth $60 to get the mini site and stuff. Of course, this is the theme. The theme was quite a bit more than, but you know, what you can do is what you can do with the graphic artist is if they I think it cost me an extra $20 to get the PSD files to the graphics, and then you can take those PSD files, and some graphic artists may give them to you for free, and then you can take those PSD files. You can go to Odesk, and you can post a project and have someone turn those into it. And I've seen them on there for as cheap as $35. I didn't pay that much for mine. My price had at least 3 digits in it. But I've seen them on there for as low as that. And what happened to me is I just got upsold by the graphic designer. But I'm very happy with the theme, so I'm not complaining about the price. And that theme will be part of the upsell, so it will be worth what I paid for it, and I will get my money's worth very, very easily. The second awesome resource for learning how to do HTML or anything with blogging or in WordPress is YouTube. HTML. Look at all the stuff we got here. A lot of stuff. And so if you're stuck with a certain thing, go to YouTube. So that's the if you get stuck at all, go to YouTube. Usually within 5 minutes you can find what you're looking for, figure it out, and then just keep on keeping on. There we go. Let me go back, and I hope that helps with the HTML. I know I didn't answer your question exactly because I don't really have anything that I use other than what I'll do is I'll find a template or something I like, and I usually stick with that. Logan asked, "Hi Coby, do you know if you can use one domain for more than one website? I want to use it in another hosting plan because of a low budget." What I would do, Logan, is you can create subdomains so that it would be, if you create a subdomain, it would be something like freeplrcourse.cobywright.com. You can see it will redirect them, boom, to a squeeze page like this. You can do stuff like that, but with most hosting, for example, if you're using HostGator, if you buy the Baby Croc package, which is the one that I used for over a year. Actually, at one point I had 3 Baby Crocs before before I upgraded to VPS. But if you get the Baby Croc package from HostGator, I'll show you the price here. It's $10 a month, but you get unlimited domains. And it says this is kind of deceiving because it's not $6.36 a month. It's $10, but that's if you pay for 3 years. So monthly, it says $8 a month. I guess. Oh, it says now 20% off. Okay, that's probably just for the first month. But nonetheless, $10 a month or less. It's unlimited domains, so that helps on your budget. And I had probably around 100 sites or more on shared hosting at one point in time. Never had too many problems. And of course, once I switched to VPS, it was quite a bit faster. But VPS is, I pay $8 a month for a level 4 VPS, so versus $10 a month for shared hosting. But the Baby Croc plan right here will get you set up, and you can put unlimited, and it's unlimited with air quotes around it. It's pretty much unlimited. You can put several domains on there. But and then, of course, you could also, like I said, use subdomains, or you could always put each website into a directory, which is really just a fancy word for a folder. Logan said that that's okay about the language. Tell it like it is. Thank you, sir. Kelvin asked, what affiliate program plugin do you recommend? I don't really recommend any of them. It's hard for me. I don't want to say one's better than the other because let me back up. Sorry. Each time that I use one, I find things I like about it, and I find things that I don't like about it. So it depends on my recommendation is to find one that's easy for you to work with, and it has all the features you're looking for, because some of them are going to be very pricey, but they're going to have a crap ton of features that you don't really need. And so some of them are going to be cheaper, but they're going to be limited. So just find one that fits. Like I said, I've used WP Buy Now, and I've used WP Access, I've used Digital Access Pro, I've used Rapid Action Pro. So all 4 of those I can recommend. Let's see. Oh, Drew said he's sorry for spelling your name wrong. No problem, Drew. I've probably been called Colby with an L, or Cody with a D, or Toby with a T, just as much or more than I have been called Coby throughout my life. See, I just call my own self Colby. Victor asked, what if you get small targeted blogs for flat rate? Yeah, that would be similar. I haven't really done any media buys in that sense yet, Victor, But what I would do when you're doing that is same thing there. When you're getting the small targeted blogs, just make sure that your ad is targeted to that blog. If you can even target it per every single blog, that would be even better. And he's talking about y'all when we talked about media buys. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about there. So yeah, that would work great, and that is a very good way to go, Victor. I recommend again start out slow and start out testing it before we really start putting a lot of money into it. Joyce asks, why does it take so long for Emnica to process everything? I don't know, Joyce. I don't know. All the autoresponders have issues at sometimes, and if I knew what caused the problems to all of them, I would create my own autoresponder and outdo them. But I really don't know. I don't have an answer for that. I'm sorry. Mike said, terrific, thanks. You're very welcome. Cool. We're getting about to the end of the questions. So if you have any more, go ahead and put them in. And we're actually working out perfectly on time, so that's awesome. Let's see. Shirley asked, is Aweber still having problems? No. As of, let's see, about 3 or 4 o'clock, they were okay for me. I know that some members were affected more than others, but up until 3 o'clock, I could send messages, but I couldn't click on my subscribers and segment my list or see any of my stats that way. I could look at my list, but whenever I try to click on the message to segment it to send to the unopens, it wouldn't let me do it. So, but I did do that earlier, about 3 or 4 o'clock. So they should be working now, as far as I know. How long they'll stay up, I don't know. That's just the times like this that remind me is why it's good to have backups. So while it was an annoyance, I was still able to send mail from my Emnica accounts, so it wasn't a total loss. Whereas I had some friends that made $0 yesterday because of Aweber, and they were very, very mad, to say the least. Cool. If we got any more questions, go ahead and put them in now. And while we were talking, Drew, I mentioned HTML. It just made me think of these squeeze pages. I gave these to y'all last week. If you were here, I'll go ahead and put the download link in here again. These are just basic HTML squeeze pages that you can use. I got a few more minutes if y'all want me to put one together. Oops, .zip. It's cobywright.com/download/4pack squeeze pages, and the P, the S, and the other P are capitalized. Control C. Let me put this in the chat for y'all. Send to all. There we go. Let me double click and make sure I put the, yeah, we did. Okay. All right, let's see. Cool, yeah. I'm not even that high tech to even have to ever even done that. But John mentioned that John Collins mentioned that w3c.org has a validator to check your code, HTML, CSS, and etc. That way, he says they have different ways to check. He uses a direct input and copy paste the code to check it. That way that if you have any problems with your code, that's cool. Thanks for that tip, John. Okay, just download these squeeze pages. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to download the squeeze pages like I just did. Let's go to the downloads folder, and you can see there's where I downloaded my list. I told you I'll always be saving your list every day. As I downloaded mine for today. And so let's go back. I need to extract it by right-clicking and choosing Extract All. There we go. I got to automatically open the folder, so we'll do that. And I'm just going to pick, let's just pick one at random. How about number 1? And I do not like that one, so that's not my favorite one. Let's don't do that one. Let's go with number 2. There we go. That one will work. This was pretty plain. But the cool thing is, plain works. Now, you're probably looking at this going, dude, that is so ugly. Let me show you an ugly one that converts at over 65% for me. Here it is. And it's based on these templates. So you see how ugly that is. This is terrible. They convert super, super high. It's kind of crazy how high it converts. Let me see if I got that. I know that one's in here. Let me pull that out, and we'll work on that one. I think it's this one. Is it 3 or is it 4? There it is. See, this is the one it's based on. Of course, I changed the background, but that's it. These are really easy to make using Composer. So this is what it looks like on your here. So let's open up Composer. I've got it saved on my taskbar down here, so I'm just going to double click it, open it up, and it's going to take its sweet time. And it's still taking its time. There we go. And now that I have Composer open, I'm going to click Open over here. And I'm going to go to Downloads, go to Squeeze page. Well, maybe I'll find it. A lot of stuff to go through here. Man, you never find them when you want them, right? Well, let me look over here and see exactly where I put it. I thought that's where I put it. That's why I was looking for the wrong folder name. There it is right here at the beginning. I'm an idiot. I bet somebody probably said that in the chat too. Not that I was an idiot, but that, hey, it's right there, Coby. Okay, that's all you do. You open it up with Composer, and just see this is all you have. Is pretty simple. With Composer, it's pretty much like working any word processor like Word, Microsoft Word, or OpenOffice. I just double click here where it says attention grabbing headline goes here, and I'm going to put, let's see, here's one, make money blogging. So, and then to increase the text, if you look over here, there's an A with an upward pointing arrow. I just clicked that a couple times, made it as big as I wanted. That looks good. That's big enough for me. Subheading goes here, and this is where I'm going to put just another little call to action, maybe something like free in capital letters, free report reveals all. $27 value. And then you can put some bullets over here if you want. Finally, you can make $1 million. Of course, these are BS ones. You can rule the world. You can buy an island. Okay. And then if you want to make these bigger, which are kind of small, of course you'd want to, same thing. Select them and then use the A arrow, A with the upward pointing arrow over here. Same thing on this, make it a little bigger. If you wanted to change the color, you click on Format, scroll down to Text Color, choose your color. Let's make that one red too. Let's choose that. Boom. There we go. And then over here, fill out this short, easy form to get your free report. We'll leave that. Your privacy is 100% secure. I don't like to normally do that. I'll normally change that to something positive, to like you will remember, or you will get instant access. You will gain instant access. And the reason I don't never put anything about their information being secure or about spam or anything like that is because I don't want them to even be thinking about spam or be thinking about their details being secure or any of that. I don't want to. I don't want to put any negative connotations in their brain right before they're about to get on my list. You know, give me some information. Now what I do at this point, let's go over to Aweber and grab an opt-in form. Let me pause my screen. All right, let's just grab one of these. Can y'all see my screen again? Let me grab one of these. Let's just grab this top one. Publish. Now, this is how you connect your one-time offer or your download page to your squeeze page. A lot of y'all have been asking me about this lately, and I haven't had a chance to do a video on it separately, so this is how you do it, okay? We're going to go through a really fast sequence of how you set everything up start to finish for your sales funnel. We've already got, so let's copy all this. You can right-click and choose Select All, right-click again, choose Copy. Let's go back over to Composer. What I do is I highlight this. Usually it doesn't work. Sometimes it will take you to it. Sometimes, but most of the time it doesn't with Composer. I don't know why. It's just like a little bug it does. But this time it did. Awesome. So it took us right there. That's great. So I will highlight that, and I'm going to press Control-V on my keyboard, or I could right-click and choose Paste, and put all that in there, all that nastiness. But all that is you can see here, this is our opt-in form. So looks good. Let's make this a little bigger. Maybe take this little space out there. Make this red. And let's just leave it black. We already got a lot of red on there. So I'm going to click the preview. Down here, if you see down here at the bottom what I did, I probably skipped over that. Some of y'all might not have noticed what I've done. What I did after I highlighted where it said autoresponder form here is I clicked down here on the bottom where it says source, and that's where I edited the source of the HTML. Now I'm going to click the tab on the far right that says preview, and this is what it should look like on my, and I'm actually going to put that space back because it looks better with the space. So there you go. That's the way it should look on my website. And I'm going to take this space out down here because I don't like that. So let's take that out. There we go. Let's preview it again. Perfect. I can make this bigger if I wanted, but I don't really want to. Well, let's make it a touch bigger and italics. There we go. So you could, if you wanted to touch it up a little bit more, you could. Looks pretty good to me. And I didn't show you how to connect your dang OTO. Let me go back. This is where you're going to do it with Aweber. You're going to do it at your form. You're going to set it up in your settings. You can see here I have it set to go to cobywright.com/coach.html, which leads to, on that one, it leads to a sales page for Onyx Singal, one of his products. So, a lot of y'all bought that, so you sell this. But that's what I used whenever I was doing the CPV. Where is it at? When I was doing the CPV campaign, as I used that web form, or this web form, and a couple others I was testing, and I sent them after they opted into this page right here. So this is where you enter either if you're promoting something as affiliate, you want to send them straight to the sales page, like I did in this instance, then you'd put your ClickBank ID in here, or in this case I just have it, cloaked. This is a redirect that I have set up with my ClickBank ID and link in there. And so you just put your thank you page here. This could be, like I said, would be the download page if you're using a download page. In this case, I have an affiliate link. And the same thing on the already subscribed page. You can put an affiliate link, you can put the download page, or you can put a page that says already subscribed. I always suggest that you put the exact same page here as you do here if you're trying to promote something, because you still want them to see the sales page. And then you can click here on advanced settings, and you can do some other stuff like just decide on which message they get and stuff like that. So let me recap. We've designed our squeeze page, right? We added our opt-in form where we also decided on the where we inserted our download page. So that's how we connected that. So now let me save this up here. Now we have to upload it to our website. How do I upload it to my website, Coby? Thanks. Great question. We're going to use FTP client, which stands for File Transfer Protocol. I'm using FileZilla in this instance. You can Google it. It's free. What you're going to do, though, when you come in is you're going to log in. It's going to ask for your information. You can do that by clicking File and Site Manager. And you can see it's going to ask you all this stuff over here. Just put that in. And that's the same information that you use to log into cPanel. Usually, if it doesn't work, just contact your hosting company and they'll give you your FTP information. So once I do that, I'm logged into my FTP. On the right here is your server. This is your website, and then on the left is your computer, your desktop, your hard drive, whatever you want to call it. So on my server over here, I'm going to choose the public_HTML folder and open that up. And then you can see I have a bunch of stuff here. So now I'm getting tongue-tied, excuse me. If you wanted to create a new directory for your squeeze page, you would right-click and choose Create Directory, and let's name it SQ or SP for squeeze page. Now let's open that up. Now let's go and find our newly saved squeeze page. Hopefully it won't take me an hour. Oh, projects. Nope, that's not right. I'm in the wrong spot. It's in the downloads folder. Coby. Downloads. Here it is. Squeeze pages and squeeze page 3. Now, here's one thing that a lot of people miss. You can see I downloaded this as squeeze3.html, and I uploaded it as squeeze3.html, and I uploaded it into the folder named SP, or the directory named SP. The same thing, folder to directory, the same thing. So what happens now is, let me move this up. Anyways, if I were to go to this website /SP, I would get a error message. Let me show you like this. Actually, I'm not going to get an error message, but I'll show you what I'll get. It's not quite an error message. Man, I cannot spell and talk. /SP. Yes, I want to leave the page. Yes, I want to leave the page. You can see this is what I get. I get a bare directory, so to speak. And you can see it says right here, squeeze3.html. Of course, I can click on that and go to it. So you can see what the URL is it's the website name /sp/squeeze3.html. So let's go back over here and change it to the name to index by right-clicking on it and choosing rename. I'm just going to go in here and change that to index. Now, when I do that, what this done is it made of course, the index file for the directory SP. So now if I refresh this page, I'm going to get an error because this file won't exist anymore. So let's do that, and I'll show you. Well, I got a blank page, same difference. So let's go over here. Now you can see this is what we got earlier. Let's refresh it. I should get a squeeze page this time. Boom, we got a squeeze page. So I hope that helps you there. If I opted in here, it would take me back to Onyx sales page. Or you could also set it up to where it said, send them to your download page or your one-time offer, just depending on what you want to do. So I hope that helps everyone learn how to edit your squeeze page, how to add your opt-in form, and how to upload it through FTP. Now, I have some videos on my blog that show you how to use FTP and how to use cPanel and stuff like that. We put the link in here. It's cobywright.com/video, and then a hyphen or a dash, whatever you want to call it, tutorials. There we go. I'll put that on our little document here. And last week, what I did is I kept this little document while I was going through the training, and then at the end, I turned it into a PDF. So I'll do that again for y'all this week. I'll probably start doing that more often because it seemed pretty nifty and it seems pretty handy for y'all. So I'll do that. Any questions on squeeze pages or what I did there at the end? I hope that helped. Oh yeah, John's got the address here for FileZilla. Let me copy that. I'm trying to copy it. GoToWebinar does not make it too easy. They have two tab boxes and it always confuses the dookie out of me. There we go. FileZilla-project.org. Troy said, thanks, Coby. You're awesome. I will switch my email to the new one so I can start receiving your emails again. Awesome, Troy. I appreciate it. You're awesome as well. And Mike said the PDF does help indeed. Cool. Well, it looks like we are right at our hour. If you have any more questions, go ahead and put them in. Awesome. Jenny made it on tonight. Awesome, Jenny. I know you've been having issues with this lately, so this would be a great time to fix anything that you may need help on. Jenny asked, please explain why change to index file. Market Secrets Blogger asked, the email said it wouldn't start till 7 Central. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got my webinars mixed up. And yeah, but I'll have a replay, so no worries. I apologize for that, Market Secrets Blogger. I apologize. I got my webinars mixed up. I have another one on Saturday, I think, at 8, and for some reason I got the reminder for that one right before I decided to send the email, and it threw my brain off. I do apologize for that. But Jenny asked, please explain why to change to the index change to index file. The only reason I did it, Jenny, in this case, which you don't have to, you can name it anything you want. The only reason I did it in this case was just to make it easier and like more attractive, I guess, make it sexier. Because if you can see here, they type in theguruhijack.com/SP, and rather than typing in, squeeze 3, whereas with that, I'm getting ahead of myself. Whenever you have it as an index file, it will automatically show whenever you type in the directory. So just by typing in, the website name /SP, I get this. Whereas if I didn't do that way, I would have to type in sp/squeeze3.html, which would be fine. And you could actually, if you wanted to, you wouldn't have to do that. That's just preference. If you wanted to, what you could do is you could go back to your root, which, let me start over again. Whenever you first log into your FTP, this is what it will look like. And you'll click on the public_HTML. And then this is what they call the root. This is the root directory. In other words, this is the main part of your site. Whereas if I was to put something here as the index, this index is theguruhijack.com. So I hope that makes sense. Now, so I could upload this straight like it is here, just by double clicking it, and it uploaded it over here to my root. Now, by doing it that way, I don't need a folder, obviously, and I would just type in theguruhijack.com/squeeze3.html, and I would get it. Now, if I changed it to index.html in this case, then it would mess things up because I'm loading it into the root. And so then whenever someone visited my the main site, instead of getting a sales page, which is this, you can see is a sales page, then they would get the squeeze page. So that's just a way to doing it where I did with the directory. It's just kind of a way to keep it organized. Again, I do it both ways, and it really just depends on what you're doing. In this case, where we just had a quick one, where we're redirecting to a ClickBank offer, and we don't have a download page or nothing, it would be fine and dandy just to upload it like it is to your root directory and not even have to worry about renaming it. I just did that in case some people were wondering, and or if you were setting up a download page, then it would be easier to create a directory or the folder or whatever, simply because you could keep track of everything. You could put like your download page in here and stuff, and then you would know where everything was at, and you could redirect to it easier. But when you were doing one like this, a simple one, you would need to. And I hope I didn't confuse you more by doing it that way. I hope that doesn't make it more confusing. Yeah. The one, Drew, the one on Saturday is for that was for a bonus. Yeah, that's a completely different one. That one's still on. Yeah. And Doug asked, I missed, where's the PDF? Yeah, Doug, I messed up on I got my webinars mixed up, Doug. The PDF is right here. I'll finish it. But the PDF from last week, let me put the link in here. And I'm actually about to bring the site up, so that's cool. But the PDF for last week is on this site right here, cobywright.com/coaching. Don't click that one. I added a T to it on accident. Let me try again. There we go. Drew, I don't have that handy, but it should be in the PDF that you got as a bonus for purchasing Backlink Skyrocket. I don't have it on me though, yeah. But I can send it to you if you send me a help desk ticket. But you'll get another reminder, and I'll send you an email too, of course. Let's see. Lynn asks, can I link directly to an image to just bring the image up? Yes, you can, Lynn. And let me show you. Let me show you an instance where I've done that. For example, like lightning fast pop-up, the one I showed you earlier. If you go to that, I've got the rough draft sales page up, and you can see all this is all just one image. This is actually two images. The background is one image, and then the sales page is one image. So all I did was literally just put the HTML code for an image and centered it. And that was it. That's what I got, and it looks fairly nice. And the one that we were just looking at, the guruhijack.com, I did the same thing on that. So there's no background up. And that's simply because this is a WSO, and I just had this up for whenever the WSO went down, so I could just redirect it here and not lose any cells. So yeah, making a sales page don't have to be hard. And this is, like I said, all this is an image. That's all this is. I created using Photoshop, of course, so that is a more advanced technique. But you can also very, very easily to pay someone to do that. I lost the dang question box again. Let me pull this back up. Sorry, y'all. There you go. Okay. George P. asks, how do you send them to a download after they have paid through PayPal or credit card? Okay, that's a great question, George, and that will depend on the payment processor that you're using. Obviously, you said PayPal, but there's a couple different ways you can use PayPal. For example, what I suggest you do is use, let's go over here a second. I suggest you use a site like JVZoo. I'll put the link to that over here if you don't have an account there yet. www.gocoby.com/zoo. And let's go back over here. I'll show you how you do it there. The way it works, if you're using those, is once you pay, like let's go over here to sellers, and you can see I have 4 products set up there currently. And what I would do to set up a new one is you just click up here, obviously add free product. Add a product is free. And there's a couple different ways you can set it up here. The easiest way is you don't even need a download page. Say you just got a zip file and you just want to give them the zip file, then you can set that up here. Obviously you'd fill in your product name, you'd put the currency, all that is somewhat self-explanatory. Where it starts getting iffy is like right here, landing page, sales page. Obviously that's where you want to put the URL to your sales page. If you're using a pre-launch. So if you're not using pre-launch, you don't even have to worry about that. And that's where the sales page goes right there. And then over here, you put the description, pick a category. You can check this box, and you can integrate it with your autoresponder. They currently work with Aweber, GetResponse, and Imnica. It's pretty simple to do. You can see with Imnica, all you do is paste in your web form. If you're using Aweber, you put in your list email, which is like listname@aweber.com, and then the web form ID. And same thing with GetResponse, you put in your API key and paste in your GetResponse HTML form. And you could make it a dime cell, all that stuff. But now where it says, where is it? There's one page where it asks about the download page. Oh, here it is. Right underneath the sales page, I missed it. It says delivery method. And it's got 2 boxes here, protected download and thank you page. If you check thank you page, then this is where you would enter your own download page, where if you created one, you would put it in here. Obviously, like whatever type thank you or whatever. And if you didn't, then you just want to do the zip file, which I've done that before. Then you would just check that. And then when you save the product, it's going to ask you on the next page to upload your zip file. And so then all you would do is once you set it up there, is, okay, let's go back to one that I already have set up. Like this one, and you would click on buy buttons right here, the second button from the right, and then it gives you all these buttons. You pick one you like, choose the code underneath it, and then paste it into your, your one-time offer page or whatever. And after they buy, they'll automatically be redirected back to JVZoo. If you've bought any of my products that I've had through JVZoo or anybody else's, then you've experienced this. If you're not using JVZoo, there's also other ones out there, simple one-click, Digi Results, etc., etc. If you're just doing it straight with PayPal, then what you do whenever you go to PayPal, it's kind of hard to show you without logging into my PayPal account. But what you do when you're setting up your button at PayPal, and if you go to YouTube, you should probably find a video on this, but there's a spot under Advanced Variables. You have to check it, and it will ask you for a return address. I'm just going to see if I can log into PayPal. I don't know really the best way to explain it. But there's a place in the buttons where it asks you to put the return address. So the problem with that is when you're doing that is that a lot of times sometimes people don't know that they have to click the return to merchant or whatever to get their download, and then they'll be emailing you saying, where's my download? Where's my download? That's why it's really cool when you use like JVZoo or Simple One Click or Digi Results or one of the membership plugins that I recommended. They do that as well. And there's lots of other plugins out there that you can use that will that you can get for free that will create a PayPal button for you and handle the IPN forwarding for you. Because if you want the person to be auto-returned and to get their download after they pay with PayPal, then you have to set up auto-return, and it's a big hassle. It's really easy just to do it with using somebody like JVZoo. And another one that I use is GetDPD, and I believe that's their. I think this is their. That's another one that you can use, and you can start there. You can start a 30-day trial for free. You don't have to have a credit card, or you don't have to put one in, and then it goes to as little as $5 a month, and they do the auto return and stuff for you as well. So that's another way to something to think about, another option. All right, looks like I've got all the questions answered, and we're right about our 1 hour time. Again, I apologize for the mix-up on the time. I know it affected some of y'all, but I will have a replay up for you in the morning, and I'll get the PDF and all that fixed up for you as well. And let's go to www.cobywright.com/coaching, and this is what I showed y'all last week. And I still have, I think I still have 4 spots. Let me look. And beware when you go there, that's a autoplay video. So it will start playing. Yeah, I have 4 spots left in my coaching program. Or currently have 4 spots that I'm taking at this price for $497. For anybody that wants to get more personal coaching with me. What's included is 4 1-hour Skype calls, one-on-one Skype calls. That we can do that. Or I'll take that back. It doesn't have to be by Skype. It can also be by phone. I have one of my students that I'm doing over the phone because that's what they wanted. So you get 4 one-on-one calls from me. Normally this would cost you $250 an hour. So that's a $1,000 value just in that alone. And then as the group grows, we're going to start doing group coaching sessions every other week. So this is your chance to basically get one-on-one with me each week for a whole month, and then get a couple of sessions like we're doing here, Q&A, in addition to the weekly webinars that I already do for you all for free. So the total value on that, if you put the price tag on it at $250 an hour at 6 hours, it's about $1,500. And you can see here I'm only charging $497. So there's my sales pitch for the evening. I know I'm such a big, pushy, hard salesman, but I don't like to push on these because I know that those of you that have the money and see the value in it will take it up. For those of you that don't, no problem. You can keep showing up on Mondays, and maybe I can teach you enough stuff that eventually you will have the money, and you can take me up on it if you wish. Nonetheless, this is the replay for last week. For those of you that missed it, you can watch that until I get the one up for this one. I will put it on this same page, so you can just keep visiting it, and I will email y'all as well when I get it up in the morning. So there's no more questions about the coaching offer or about anything that I went over tonight. Go ahead and put them in now. I'll hang around for about another. We'll hang out for another 5-10 minutes and wrap up any questions that we have, and we will call it an evening. And again, I apologize for the mix-up on the time. And while we're waiting, are any of y'all going to the Warrior event this weekend? Elizabeth said, thank you. Market Secrets Blogger asked where the Warrior event is. It's in Raleigh, North Carolina. Let's see. Oh, I missed a couple of questions. Let me back up. I'm sorry, guys. Dang, I missed a bunch. Okay. Yeah. Drew asked, can you show me how to make an opt-in form in Aweber instead of using one of those? Yes, I'll show you that in just a second. George says, does it have to be a JVZoo product? George, the product that you're adding at JVZoo would be your product. So no, it does not have to be associated with JVZoo. Sorry, that was his next question. I didn't keep reading. No. It doesn't have to be. And you don't even have to list it in the marketplace. If you just want to use it for an OTO, you don't have to list it in the marketplace. You just want it to be private, you just want to use it for your own funnels, you can do that. But you can also pay affiliates on it and maybe build your list that way as well. Logan asked, how much does that cost at JVZoo? JVZoo is free to list your product. They charge a 5% transaction fee, or you can pay a $17 flat fee one time, and they waive the transaction fees. So it's either way. Normally, if you what I do is if it's a higher ticket item, or I expect to make several sales, then I will just go ahead and pay them the $17. But then there's other products, like if it's something that I only expect to make maybe 50 sales or something, then I will just go ahead and list it for free and just pay the 5%. Or if it's a cheap product like one I'm selling for $7 or $5, then I won't necessarily pay the 17. I'll just pay the 5% transaction fee with each transaction. Market Secrets Blogger asked, but it automatically goes there. I just have 2 PayPal buttons earlier today. With PayPal, yeah, you can set it up to where they will redirect, but I don't think it's automatic. I think they have to check the they have to click the box that says return to merchant. With the JVZoo and with JVZoo, it is automatic. They don't even have to click it. It waits like 10 seconds, and then it will take them to your one-time offer or to JVZoo to log in. Okay, let me show you how to make a form in Aweber. What we do is we go back to design, and let me just start a new one. You can see webinar form. I got 2 of them here. Create a new form. And what you're going to do is you're going to end up using one of their forms anyways, but you're going to nuke it and chop it up and make it your own. So I normally just start with this plain one that they give you right away, the blue and gray one. And what I do is I click X to get rid of the header. I do the same thing for this little respect your email privacy thing. I do the same thing for their little email marketing by Aweber. I get rid of the footer by Xing it out. I'll also get rid of the name. That's, of course, optional for you. I'm going to do it in that case. And then what I do is I click right here where it says form type, and then go down to body, and then click this where it says background here. I click on the color, and then I choose no color right here, and you can see that made it transparent, but it still has this little border around it. So then I click right here where it says border, and then choose none. I get rid of my border. Now I have a really clean opt-in form. The next thing that I do is I go back over here, and I choose inputs. And this is the button. Or I'm sorry, inputs is this, but we don't want inputs. I'm sorry, I want submit button. I apologize. And I choose submit. You can change the text opposite on this one. Maybe you want to change it to get instant access. But if you have your own button, which may have been like you saw my last one, it had a custom button. So a lot of times people will think that it's a form that I made myself, but it's not. It's a button. What you do is you click right over here, and it's hard to see, but you have to make sure that you check to have submit button clicked, chosen over here. You'll choose over here on the right where it says advanced. It's blue on blue, so it's hard to see. Click that, and it'll make this little drop down button. If you put your link to an image in here, then it will show as your option, as your button here, your submit button. So there we go. There's mine. So now I need to, of course, resize it. Let's pull it out. There we go. And then the last thing I do is I choose email, which is also the input. I'm sorry, the label. It's called a label if we choose our little drop-down menu, and then I'll make the text a little bit bigger. Let's do 16, and let's make it bold. So there you go. That's all you do. And you choose Save Web Form, and then go to next step. If you want to name it something to track it, you can do that. Now you want to name your traffic source right here or something. And then again, you'd put your thank you page here. This would be your one-time offer. This would be the link to your affiliate link if you're promoting something from ClickBank or whatever, or your download page, depending on how you want to work it, okay? And the same thing with already subscribed. Then we click Save Web Form, and then go to next step. And then, of course, you have your options to install it here. I always choose I want to install my own form, and then I use the raw HTML version. There you go. So it's that simple. Market Secrets Blogger asked, so click to continue, get you more submissions. I'm currently testing it, and it's testing right now to work pretty good for me. Yes, George. George asks, you put the OTO URL into the thank you page box. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Let me go back, and let me go back. Settings. Thank you page URL will be whatever page you want them to see as soon as right after they opt in. I know the verbiage on it is kind of misleading since we're saying we want our OTO there, and it's calling it a thank you page. Yes, whatever. A better way for me to say it would be yes, whatever you want them to see after they opt in. If you're using a double opt-in, then you would want your thank you page to be a video or a page telling them to go confirm their email. If you're using single opt-in, or you don't care about telling them to confirm their email, you just want them to see the sales page or the one-time offer or whatever, then yes, that's what you would put in here. Whatever you want them to see after they opt in goes here. And I recommend that you put the same thing in the already subscribed page as well, unless you already have something else worked out that you want to do there. But I normally just always put both these at the same. Awesome, awesome. Jerry said, "Thanks again, Coby. You over-deliver. I'm learning a lot from you again. Thank you. You're very welcome. I hope that helps. I know you've been struggling with that lately. I hope that helps your question as well, George. I know that you're having issues with that. And Janie, I hope that answered your question as well. I know she's in Australia, so she might have went to bed on me. Okay. I think I've got all the questions wrapped up. If there's any more, go ahead and put them in. If not, we'll call an evening, and I'll start working on this replay for y'all. If you want to pick up the coaching, there it is. Awesome. Sue said, "Thanks, Coby. I'm glad you recorded because I came in late. Yeah, that was my fault. I apologize." Jane said, "Thanks so much, Coby." You're very welcome, Jane. I'm glad you can make it out tonight. I know it's hard being in Australia and with the download issues. All right, I'm going to stop the recording. So for those of you who are watching the replay, if you want to jump in and get the one-on-one coaching for me, I still have 4 spots available at $4.97. The URL is cobywright.com/coaching. You will more than likely be watching this replay on this same page. Go ahead and lock in your spot now if it's still available. If not, no problem. I'll probably be opening up more spots later. Just stay tuned. All right. Again, that's all I got for you. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. This is Coby with cobywright.com signing off.